this is kind of in that same vein. So this is a video from Quentin Tarantino. And if you don't know who he is, he's a writer, Hollywood guy. He's talking about how he gives his mother not one penny. And listen to the reason why.
It was like a vow, too. It was like a promise.
Yes.
Hold on. Before we see the video, hold on. He's making millions of dollars.
Billions, probably.
Okay, he's making billions of dollars.
Right.
And he won't give a penny to his mother?
Nothing to his... But
it's not that he's not
it's
giving
not,
it.
not that he...
Yeah.
It's not
it's
that
a promise
he
he
can't.
made to himself.
It's a vow he made. Listen to him. He's on the red carpet talking about this.
Stuck to a promise he made when he was just 12 years old to never share his fortune with his mother. On a recent episode of the Moment Podcast, hosted by Billions co-creator Brian Koppelman, Tarantino recalled how his mother allegedly tried to end his filmmaking aspirations at a young age by reprimanding him for writing screenplays in school. He explained that his mom and his teachers looked at his writing over his doing schoolwork as a defiant act of rebellion.
My mom was always had a hard time about my scholastic non-abilities, and she was at me about something or other, about that, and then in the middle of her little tirade, she said, "Oh, and by the way, this little writing career, all right, with the finger quotes, all right, this little writing career that you're doing, that is over."
Oh my God.
No,
That's what she said to him.
Class, all right, when you're supposed to be doing something else. And when she said that to me in that sarcastic way, I was in my head and I go, "Okay, lady, when I become a successful writer, you will never see penny one from my success. There'll be no house for you. There's no vacation for you, no Elvis Cadillac for mommy. You get nothing because you said that."
The Pulp Fiction director then revealed that he has followed through with his promise, only helping her out with, quote, a jam with the IRS, but no house, no Cadillac. When Koppelman pushed back, suggesting Tarantino's mother drove him to prove her wrong, the director replied, "There are consequences to your words as you deal with your children. Remember, there are consequences for your sarcastic tone about what's meaningful to them."
So,
you start and I'll finish.
Sometimes.
Hello and welcome to this Entertainment Weekly Roundtable.
Sometimes your motivation tactics on children can be a bit unconventional in some eyes. Some people whip their kids, some people don't. Some people, do the whole timeout thing, whatever. Can't say there's any one right way, right? Because you could be the most, loving and coddling parent, and your kids can just go around and just do whatever and be nothing. And then you can be a hard nose, beat them, not take care of them, and that kid will persevere and be freaking the number one in whatever that they do. So with this said, Quentin Tarantino, man, I wouldn't want to get on his bad side because this dude's holding a grudge against his mother. Now, she misspoke. She didn't believe in him, apparently, and he took that personal. He wasn't doing the schoolwork, and so in her mind, hey, man, this little writing stuff you're doing, that's not important. Back in that time, school was important. So I could see kind of her motivation behind trying to keep him grounded and on school. We all want the best for our kids. But the fact that she obviously made him feel a certain way. And I say this to people all the time. You may forget what someone said to you, but you don't forget how it made you feel. And obviously, he made him feel a certain kind of way for him to still be sticking to this 40 years later.
I've got two aspects to say to that. One, love is unconditional as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
True love.
It is.
As an Olympic athlete,
love.
And let's look at Simone Biles.
Mm-hmm.
I suffered with this all my life, where people were turning around to me saying, "Look, never make Olympics. Look, and you lose friends because I've got to make sacrifices. I'm going to the ice rink at 11 o'clock at night till 4 in the morning. They're out partying, drinking and having a good time,
Right.
So that's part of, and that's what people don't understand about anybody that's good at what they do. They have to make sacrifice. Bill Gates did, Bezos did, whatever,
Absolutely.
they have to. So, but what also happens is you're fighting against the tide. There will be people that turn around to you and say, you can't do.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you wasting your time? It becomes, and even to the point where they'll make fun of you. And that's why a lot of people think the world is rosy as an Olympic athlete, as an actor, and they think that the world is against you. On the other flip side of that is, I was lucky enough to have a father that was like a sergeant major on the ground, all right? He was as cruel to me as you can ever be, but he knew how to motivate me.
Right.
And one of the reasons why I managed to get to Olympics, national titles, UK, was for no other reason. It wasn't just me. He was part of my. He's the one that drove me and everything else. On the other side of the. If I was a success like him, regardless what my mother had said, I would help her.
Absolutely. I think any normal human.
And honestly, that shows nothing but his lack of integrity and his lack of morality. To be perfectly honest, he's that stubborn. He's that much of a hard ass.
Because his mom. Now.
I mean, at the end of the day, if I was a Jeff Bezos, regardless what the relationship was with my immediate family, even some of my friends, I would help them. I would genuinely help them for the people that, have helped me, supported me, that I feel, even if they haven't supported me, if there was one of them negative people that I said, all right, if I felt that, but my mother's on a different level.
Mother's on a different level for sure.
I'm sure she made sacrifices for him.
Absolutely.
She was only trying to give him good advice for the time. And our times have changed now. A college degree, isn't worth what it was at one time. You've got people that are making multi-million-dollar businesses without a college degree.
Right.
It's a completely different time. Personally, I think society is more healthy for that. I'm not a brainiac.
I think, I'm not certain, but I don't know if he dropped out of high school or not. But I'd have to research it. But nevertheless, I'm with you. Man, it's your mom, bro. Now, I'm not saying you got to lace her up with some kind of palace or something that she's living in, but, I mean, your mom shouldn't be in an apartment, living wherever.
Struggling.
Exactly.
Just because she's for the time, she was trying to give you... I really think it's petty of him, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, it's definitely petty.
I mean...
Oh, look, there it is. At 15, he dropped out of Narbonne High School in Harbor City, Los Angeles.
So what's she supposed to say? Oh, drop out by all means.
Yeah.
What's your mother supposed to do? Say, oh, drop out by all means. You know what? You carry on. I don't know you're going to make a living, but just live on the streets if you have to.
I'm certain that Tarantino has dealt with people saying much worse things to him. I mean, your mom, bro, you gotta... I don't know, it's his money. Do what you want, but mom should be on a different level. I don't care how much they get on your nerves or whatever.
There is a well-known Olympian. I don't want to mention his name. Without his permission. I speak to him from time to time. He's an American athlete.
Uh-oh.
And we sat down in the cafeteria at the Olympic Village in 1980. And at the time, I was just going into coaching. That was what I always wanted to do. I really wasn't bothered about being 1, 2, 3, or 4. Didn't want that sort of limelight. I wanted a private life. That's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
Then I didn't want everybody knowing my business, digging up my, a lot of stuff that really I can't even accept myself at times. But basically, I turned around to him and I says, "What do you put your success down?" He sort of goes, well, to be perfectly honest, but I really think the problem for most kids who are graduating through the ranks as they go up, they have to learn to lose with dignity first, because before they learn how to win. If not, you don't appreciate it. In other words, you've got to get your backside kicked a few times.
Yeah.
You to really understand what success is and how it's appreciated.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't work the first time, it's not going to work the second time.